was Corcoran horn this time. That was tough.
It was, but we love bringing those tough fights to Brisbane, and we did it again. It's a success.
Is that going to be your style now? You just go to war every time?
Oh, look, I'd like to have an easy fight once in a while, but it doesn't seem like that's ever going to happen again.
It was a good night out there. The atmosphere was incredible. There was a huge crowd here, and this time around, you were the champion, you were the star.
Yeah, it was a bit different this time. I wasn't the underdog for a change, and I was coming in the champion, and it was a good feeling, but I still trained very hard for that fight and made sure I had the fitness to go all the way.
Any concerns at any point during those early rounds when Gary Corcoran was coming on so strongly and you looked to be struggling a little bit with your range, trying to find him as a target? Did you think for a moment, oh, this is going to be harder than I thought?
Yeah, look, it was the timing was off at the start of the fight. I couldn't really get that range very well, but as soon as I started working off that jab and going first, I managed to break him down quite easily after that.
Now, the trainer, of course, of Jeff Horn is Glenn Rushton. Glenn, what do you make of that performance? It was a brilliant first round. He then tried to get into his rhythm, and the end was pretty impressive from Jeff.
Yeah, it was, and pretty much that fight went about exactly how I thought it would go. I did say earlier I thought we'd get him in round 9, but I said we could be a little either side of that. Okay, so I did say to Jeff, it's time to put the pressure on. You've broken him down. He's going backwards now. He's just trying to survive. And it did go according to plan. I mean, the plan that I'd prepared, it did work out exactly. It was to keep moving, control a gap that he couldn't be effective from. So from that gap, he had no chance really of hitting Jeff. And I said, Jeff, you must go first. You can't let him bridge the gap. You've got to go first all the time. Control the gap. Keep moving. So it went perfectly according to plan. We knew it would be tough, but as we said, that's entertainment, that's boxing, that's what it's all about. It's not table tennis, it's not knitting. This is a serious sport. If you're not tough, get out, okay? So I think we showed tonight why it's such an exciting sport.
Glenn, I'm going to ask...
Yeah, I could tell he was starting to hurt, and I could see the cuts on his eyes. I don't even know what I've looked like yet. I haven't seen the mirror, but I could tell he was. I could tell he was hurting very hard in those last rounds, especially that round 9 and 10. I could see he was starting to really go down, and just knew I had to get a couple of good combinations out on him, and I got him with one good body shot there where I hit him up high, then down low, and I could see in his eyes that hurt him, and I knew I had to keep attacking. Yeah, there is a lot to prove to a lot of the Americans out there. There's still there's always going to be the doubters, and there's a lot of people that you're not going to be able to change their mind, but all I've got to do is just keep winning. That's the key. Key in everything is just to keep doing one step after the other, keep doing the training, keep doing the work, and you should keep getting the result after that, and hopefully you can start changing people's minds one by one.
What do you think Jeff should be doing next in his professional boxing career?
Well, as I said to Dean, I said, first thing, let's get this fight out of the way. I said, you can't get too far ahead of yourself. You've got to stay focused on the job at hand. Of course, as a manager and his trainer, yes, I am always looking, and yes, I've looked at Crawford. Crawford is beatable, okay? Crawford has weaknesses that we can exploit. He may be slapping around the lightweights and the super lightweights, but the welterweights are bigger boys, they're tougher, okay? May only be 7 pound, but it is a lot in boxing terms, and a lot of the real tough guys congregate in this welterweight division. It has been the blue ribbon division for a very long time, and, it's going to be different for Crawford coming up into this division. I think Jeff has the skills, the toughness, and again, we must execute a plan with military precision if we're going to beat him.
After retaining your own title, it must be great to see Jeff do exactly that here tonight.
Well, look, Jeff was in my corner and I was in his corner tonight, and I couldn't be more proud. So on behalf of 4.8 million Queenslanders, congratulations to Jeff on a job well done, and we wish you all the very best for your success in the future, and also the very best to Joe. And I know you'll be expecting your new baby soon. So well done. I know he's got an incredibly proud family. He's a very strong family man, and he's just an absolutely lovely, decent, honourable man. So, Jeff, I'm proud to be here with you tonight.
Thank you.
And world champion.
We move on now. Terence Crawford is the mandatory contender. We will be announcing, I'm sure, the fight for Las Vegas in the biggest arena in Las Vegas, probably in April. What Glenn said, and remember what he said, he's not just talking. Terence Crawford is one of the best fighters around. So anybody that says that because of Terence's skill set, that Jeff doesn't have a chance is crazy. This is going to be a very, very competitive fight. I, as an observer, would say that as far as skill are concerned, boxing skills and so forth, I would favor Crawford. But as far as strength and size are concerned, you have to go with Jeff. So it's going to be a great, great fight. It may end up to be a ring classic. Maybe it's one of 3 fights that we do in this category. But now that Jeff is going to go to the United States, to Las Vegas, he will hopefully be dividing his efforts between Australia, Brisbane, Queensland, and the United States, which is a big boxing country. But his future is very bright. He has a tremendous trainer.
No, it was just sometimes you can just, it's nerves, energy come out of you. You want to just, and I just didn't let my shots go as much. I was getting very tense, but listen, it happens. You're at that stage, you're fighting for a world title. And the better man won on the night, and that's it. And all I can do is learn from it. And I fought a good fighter, and let's admit, he was a good fighter, so I'll be back.
Listen, there was head clashes, but
yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't think there was anything sort of overly deliberate.
No, it was an accident.
I'm not going away from the fight complaining about headbutts. Look, to be honest, Gary's as you all saw, Gary's pretty rough on the inside himself. I think it was a good physical battle on the inside. Listen, my job as a trainer and Gary's representative was to draw attention to the fact that Jeff does lead with his head, which he does. The referee before the fight, I didn't have to ask the referee. The referee mentioned it to me, so that's my job done. I've planted a seed, and the referee was on it straight away. You know, I don't think there was anything overly naughty. So our job was done. That was the whole reason for the whole, you know, glove on the head and whatever else. But
At any stage did you think that you had Jeff?
Yeah, just a few times I caught him at right hand, but there was too many single shots for me, too many single. All I could do is learn it. Frank was telling me, but I was too tense. I was trying to take him out with one shot a few times. I knew when we were getting close to him that I could push him around. But he's got a good experience about him, and I think he's a very good fighter. And all I could do is learn from it. But yeah, he chipped away, and we clashed a lot of times with the heads, but I clashed him as well with the head, and he split, I split. The type of fighters we are, we come in with, and a few times we hit each other with the head.
You put up a great effort.
Yeah. Listen, thank you. It was a fight. I was getting more tired. I wasn't getting really. There was no punches there. Was it like gonna knock me out? But because I'm a very tough kid, but. They don't want me to see me take more shots. I would have went to the 12th round, finished it, but Frank and them said, do you want me get home safe to my kid and be good for the next fight again, get on and win the British title, and that's it.
Can Jeff beat Terence Crawford, do you think?
Yeah, he can beat Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford will run more though. Terence Crawford will run. But yeah, Jeff's a good fighter. I spar some good fighters. And Jeff's a very good fighter. He is a very good fighter, and There's a good chance. I sparred Brooke and all them fighters, and Brooke's a good fighter. And I sparred David Asian and Jeff. Brooke is another good fighter. Jeff would make a good fight.
Jeff's on that level, isn't he?
He's on that level. Oh, he's definitely on that level. He's definitely, till I've seen him there, he's definitely on that level.
Queensland Government and the Brisbane City Council. This event brought to you by Duco Events in conjunction with Top Rank.